underway with an 8-lap sidecar race. It's written down as a 10-lapper in your program, but due to time constraints with daylight saving, we're going to make it an 8-lap race out here. So ready to go. Barry Smith, Tracy Bryan on pole with Pete the Pirate and Louise Blythe there in second. Andy and Tina there in third with the Richie and Chris Lawrence, the Lawrence Brothers show out there. So that's your first two rows of the grid. And special mention to Dennis Charlotte, who had a big crash here in turn 1 yesterday and has a passenger, Lucy Dowman from Wanganui out there. So great to see Lucy on the back of that Warwick Dimmicks machine. So they get a pretty good start as well, but it's going to be Barry and Tracy. There's rubbing, there's definite contact as they head into turn 1. The 73 machine, the Carl Cox Motorsport smaller F2 machine of Barry Smith and Tracy Bryan up into first place. Mark Hall's Darren Prentice, they sneak their machine into second place. So a great start from those two as Pete the Pirate is in third place, but Andy and Tina right in behind them. So that's your battle at the moment. The Lawrence brothers, they're up in fourth place, and it looks like Gordy and Louis Scrivener there, they are in a good fifth place as they head around out of turn 5. So all to play for here with Barry and Tracy out there at the moment. So a no result yesterday means that Dennis Charlotte still has the lead in the title. But Andy and Tina 12 points behind them, and then only 9 points back to Pete the Pirate and Louise Blythe. So very much all on here as far as the championship is concerned, as we see them head out onto the back straight. So an 8-lap sidecar race. This is going to be a good one as we see them. There we go with the F1 machine of Pete the Pirate and Louise Blythe. They're going to really love these two big long straights we here at Bruce McCarran Motorsport Park into the left-hand hairpin. And out of sight, look on the Ctas TV screen there, and we've got Barry Smith, Tracy Bryan flying out of there, heading down the back straight with Mark Hall's Darren Prentice there, just getting overtaken by the big F1 machines as we watch them come there. But Pete the Pirate's not going to be quite close enough to Barry and Tracy, so Barry and Tracy into the flip-flop they come. So done a brilliant job here yesterday. Unfortunately, double red flag sidecar, 2 red flags. Meant to no result for them. So here we are racing here, and Barry and Tracy lead across the line. Pete the Pirate and Louise Blythe second place. Andy Scrivener, Tina McEwen doing the passenering there. That's third place as you see it. And then the CTR rig of Mark Hall and Darren Prentice there. That's the fifth place at the moment. Then go back to Chris and Richie Lawrence, the Lawrence brothers, on their awesome number 3 machine. That's a great fifth place for them at the moment. And then go back to Gordy McEwen and Louis Scrivener doing the passenering there, sixth place. And then go back to it's Dennis Charlotte and Lucy Dowman out there. So absolutely brilliant to have Lucy Dowman, some girl power from Wanganui, and she races classic sidecars as a swinger. And absolutely great to see her out there with Dennis Charlotte keeping his title fight alive.
Oh, wow, that is amazing. This Dowman family just blows me away. Michael's be so proud of your kids. All the kids have gone racing over the years. He's done it on a budget. He's got a couple of beautiful classic sidecars, and they go to race at places like Wanganui each year. And now with the family, Michael and Lucy doing Jixer Cup action as well. And there she is, the little nimble swinger. So she'll know all about swinging. She won't be foreign to that. But I tell you what, she's all of a sudden a machine that's going way faster than a classic sidecar, and on a track with straights like this that are way longer than anything that Cemetery Circuit throws up. But hey, when you've been around Cemetery Circuit and done that at the full speed of a machine that's capable of winning in those races, as it has done in the past, well, you know how to handle a speed. So what an outstanding run from this young lady. And well done to Dennis and choosing Lucy to get on board with us, because for him, Brad, he'd really want to make sure that he's got the best people available to swing for him, because he's got a title fight that he's going for here.
Yeah, absolutely. He is the series points leader by 12 points ahead of Andy Scrivener and Tina McEwen, and then another 9 points behind that, Pete the Pirate and Louise Blythe, but they're only in second place on the racetrack. And look at Andy and Tina fighting hard. So this is a great battle for second and third, an all-important championship battle there. There's only 9 points separating them, and it'll be awesome to see Andy and Tina. They did the South Island leg of the journey, and Pete the Pirate, he's just come for the North Island rounds. So all important points up for grabs here, but the one out in front of the moment is Barry and Tracy. What an awesome performance on the Carl Cox Motorsport number 73 machine.
Well, it's as if now that Andy's been overtaken, he really wants to try and get back past again. It's as if Pete, for some reason, had slowed right up there, because all of a sudden we've seen Andy on the green machine, the Taupo man. He's had to hit the brakes a couple of times. Look at this, he wants to never go again and try and squeeze up past there. But it is an awesome run happening out there of Barry and Tracy. Then go back to Pete and Louise, and the key run coming in there, of course, for our 99 up in there, Andy and Tina. What's the key factor factor about what you've just heard there, folks, is that we've got ladies, females swinging 1, 2 and 3. It happened, of course, just in this year's championship. It's the first time in the history of New Zealand sidecar racing that we've had our lady swingers be taking first, second and third. So those ladies, and that was a beautiful photo of course, that Kirsten from Mad Speed Media, I'll get it right finally, was able to take, and one of the special photos to come out of Hampton Downs after that amazing feat of those 3 ladies. So well done to them all. And all of a sudden that we've got Andy going back past Pete again, so it has happened. That's as if something's wrong out there for Pete's machine, Brad. I get the idea that's not quite perfect for them. I would have thought once he'd gone in front, or maybe he's got back in front, maybe he's got back. I was a little bit early, was I? Yes, I was, because now we've seen Pete get back. Good on you. That's great from Andy. Andy and Tina doing it. So those girls, well, they won't quite be smiling at each other, but I'm sure they'll be staring at each other, looking at each other. Look how close they are coming down here. Look at little Tina tucked down in the little fairing on the inside, now getting that big lean over the side. Look at her hanging out there. Pete's gone far too wide. Andy back up on the inside. As all this goes on, Barry and Tracy are smoking and we're going out in front. There's another lead change. We've seen 3 of them in the last lap and a bit, so great to watch as we see all of a sudden Andy not quite the drive out of that corner they wanted, and Pete catches up to him again. So we've seen the longer legs on the straight, and the corrections officer in Mighty Pete there, he's been doing the good work along the straight. But I tell you what, in the tight, it's as if Andy, after all, it's home for Andy as well. You've got to take that factor into it. So well done out there. The 2 green machines fighting it out for second place. And as all this goes on, look at Barry and Tracy smoking them up. Team Carl Cox Motorsport out here, gone, say goodbye. They're heading down Spa Road.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing to keep in contention is Pete the Pirate's number 1 sidecar was seized up at the end of the front straight yesterday, so I don't imagine that might not be the same machine. That might be the spare or something like that. So it's not like Pete the Pirate to be down on speed normally, so not sure what's happened there with the Bear Pirate team. But yeah, look at this, the Carl Cox entry. Barry Smith and Tracy Bryan, what a class act they are down the back straight at the moment. And great to see sidecars battling around there. We've got a great little battle for second and third with Pete the Pirate and Andy Scrivener. But then we've also got Gordy McEwen and Louis Scrivener with Dennis Charlotte and Lucy Down. And that's a great little fight. That's for 6th and 7th on the racetrack. And they're heading down the first of the back straights and into the left-hand hairpin as well. So a great little battle to keep our eyes on. But take nothing away from the Carl Cox Motorsport entry. Barry Smith and Tracy Bryan absolutely flying out there at the moment.
Oh yeah, but loving this battle for the second place all on again. Here, look at that side by side almost, and here goes Pete looking to squeeze up on the inside. No, Andy said no way, and he moves across to claim it as they head down into the Pirelli corner, getting around the Carl Cox sweeper, and now coming up again here to the little chicane. So watch that through there. Andy, will he get the better drive? Yeah, much better this time, much better. So he got the clear run through there. Tina not worried about what's happening behind him, just going to hold on so well to get out in front. So this time leaning right over to the right-hand side, of course. The counterbalance is effectively the weight of the sidecar itself, so don't have to lean too far over. But then we come down to another awesome, beautiful left-hander, remembering, of course, that like our South Island circuits, Taupo here, of course, goes the other way. Brad, you picking up something there?
Oh, just Dennis Charlotte slowing right up there into turn 1, so we're not sure if there's a problem there. We're not sure. We'll just have to keep an eye on that one. But Dennis Charlotte definitely not on full race pace in the infield section there. But watching the battle for the lead there at the moment. And I think he might have no passenger on the board of that one. Is there a passenger missing maybe on the Dennis Charlotte machine? So we'll have to try and catch an update there. But out there flying at the moment, Barry Smith and Tracy Bryan, they're heading down the back straight, and Andy Scrivener, Tina McEwen, all important, valuable points in the championship. And here we go with the battle on at the moment. Second and third, Pete the Pirate not giving up on this one. He's going to pull up alongside Andy, but maybe not quite close enough. We'll have to see if he's got that Pirate Racing rig wound right up. And I think he's in quite hot, and I think he can get it stopped. So a change for second place again. Pete the Pirate will go back up into second place as we see Barry and Tracy cross the line. There's 3 laps to go on this one, and then we go back to second place. Pete the Pirate's now ahead of Andy Scrivener, but Andy does a lot of his good work in the infield. But then while they're dicing, look at the Lawrence brothers as well. So they'll be on the back of this trio as well. So the battle for the podium, well and truly coming alive here.
Oh wow, I tell you what, that's major drama down there for the fact that the swinger is not on the bike, but don't see any incidences. There's no yellow, of course, no red. We're still racing, so let's hope everything okay. We presume it is by that fact alone. But for Dennis, he's had to pull out with that narrow points lead that he has. That might be under huge threat, and of course the title fight for the other placings is going to be all on. Look at that from Pete the Pirate, but back there in second place now. So again, another of those lead change. Oh, sorry, the lead change between the two of them, but it's not the lead for the race because that's Carl Carl Cox Motorsport's awesome duo out there in Barry and Tracy. And we've got Gav from Carl Cox Motorsport up here with us at the moment. And I just love that news yesterday, Gavin, that Tracy's got herself a ride overseas. How did that come together? That's great news.
Yeah, we're very proud. I mean, Tracy's been accompanying us over to the Isle of Man to support the teams for the last couple of years now, and basically she's been noticed by a couple of the sidecar fields across both in Europe and at the Isle of Man, and they put out the word and said, look, we've been watching what you do in New Zealand and we'd really like to have you along to come and partner up. So she's got an absolutely brilliant ride with two very well-known competitors, Estelle LeBlond and Philippe in a different round as well. So Estelle LeBlond, very, very well known now as being one of the fastest ladies on a sidecar, and Tracy's got the privilege now of being on the back with her.
Wow, that is going to be awesome. No doubt the Carl Cox Facebook page will keep us all up to date as how they're going.
Absolutely, sir. We've got a lot going on, especially with the Isle of Man, of course, with Jay Lawrence going over there for his first time in the main event at the Isle of Man TT on a solo, and some very good news coming out, which you'll be able to brief on shortly in regards to Jay is actually the first novice to be signed with a factory superbike.
Oh, wow. Sounding great, sounding great. Thank you to Gav from Carl Cox Motorsport. And you need to get on the Facebook page with them as well and find out all that great news from the lovely Tracy. And you might like to, ladies in particular, if you're here today, to find out who are these superheroes. It's not just Avalon Biddle on the racetrack that's doing the winning, folks. We've got 3 ladies sidecar swingers. And, hey, riding a motorcycle, you control your own destiny. Being a swinger, somebody's controlling it for you. So you've got to play in partnership with them. And she does an outstanding job with the legend that is Barry Smith out there. So great news, and thanks, Gav, for all of that news and the precise updates. We're on the Facebook page. Hope you are as well. Remembering Carl Cox Motorsport right here in New Zealand. Proud to be sponsoring NZSBK and this fantastic Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park, as Brad's been following the racing.
Yeah, it's all Tracy and Barry out there at the moment. Down the back straight they go. But the battle we're really keeping an eye on is the battle for third place with the Lawrence brothers, Chris and Richie Lawrence, all over the back of Pete the Pirate at the moment. So Andy and Tina, they've got a good solid second place at the moment. But all Pete the Pirate's good work has done down the back straight. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one, but the 73 machine doing it at the moment. So brilliant stuff from Barry and Tracy, but they've got lap traffic to contend with. That won't be too much of an issue for them. But the white flag is ready and waiting for these guys. They're through the flip-flop at the moment, but the battle we're going to keep our eyes on is battle for second, third and fourth, with Andy and Tina ahead of Pete the Pirate, and then the Lawrence brothers right there as well. So a full-on three-way fight. They're through the flip-floppers at the moment. White flag out, 1 lap to go for Barry and Tracy, but the battle for second, third and fourth, our podium battle, is well and truly on with 1 lap to go.
There we go, 99 out there, 111, and now the 3. There they are, the incredible Lawrence brothers. They can call Taupo home. They spent many of their years of their life here, and it's great to see them back. This has been a one-off unique race for them. They haven't been at any of the other rounds, so they've saved the best to last. Man, these guys have had so much drama in their lives with regards to racing and personal, I'll call it health and well-being matters, and particularly for the fact that the kidney operation from one brother giving the kidney to the other, and that's just one of the stories, and the many others that have gone along the way, like as they've been injured. These guys have got some amazing team credentials for the Isle of Man. In fact, I think they have been now, they have had more race meetings at the Isle of Man than any other Kiwis, I think. And Gav's nodding his head behind me as well. So I think that's the case. So look out, the Lawrence brothers. It's just fantastic. So their late great father, Frank, a life member of the Taupo Motorcycle Club, what an amazing gentleman. And these guys are riding with heart and with heritage that has given them so much respect. So if you love your sidecars, folks, make sure you head over and see those boys, because courtesy of Coleman Suzuki on that LCR 1000, they are back, the Lawrence brothers, and pushing it to try and get up there, and that will make a big difference to help the other teams, Brad, if they can get past Pete the Pirate. I think you've picked up on the point. The bike is not 100%. It may be a substitute or a second machine filling in after their bike locked up yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's drama of plenty. All important championship points up for grabs at Barry and Tracy. All they can do is come out and win. Unfortunately for them, with a no result yesterday, but here we go, checkered flag out, and Barry and Tracy, there we go, a race 1 win for the Carl Cox Motorsport team. But here we go, Andy and Tina with Pete the Pirate right on the back of them. So there we go, the battle for second and third will be Andy and Tina, and then go back to Pete and Louise with the Lawrence brothers right there in fourth place. So brilliant stuff, and Andy knows how important that is for his championship. Dennis Charlotte, a non-finisher out there, so that will mean Andy will retake the lead in the championship. But it's going to tighten up with Pete the Pirate and even Barry and Tracy getting some good championship points in there as well. Ooh. So all on here, the sidecars are not done for yet. We're definitely going to take this to the final race later on this afternoon.
And we won't even need it for, it's going to be all those. So just a summary of what Brad's been talking about, that it's a DNF or did not finish for Dennis. He had a 12-point lead, so he's just seen that evaporate. Andy Scrivener has just picked up 20 points for the second place. He was 12 behind, so he's moved 8 in front there. He was then 9 in front of Pete Goodwin, who's finished 4 in front of him. Oh no, they finished third, didn't they? So they only got 16. My apologies. They only got 16, not 20. Oh, so then Pete, who was 9 behind them, and he's finished 1 place behind them, 4. So that's got 5 points. Oh, it's so close. So there you go. Some excitement for our sidecars coming up.
Absolutely brilliant. So our podium. Brilliant stuff from the sidecars. What a great race that was. But Barry Smith and Tracy Bryan get the win ahead of Andy Scrivener and Tina McEwen. Pete the Pirate and Louise Blythe there in third place. So we get all 3 of the ladies on the podium again. With Chris and Richie Lawrence there in 4th place. Mark Halls and Darren Prentice hung on for 5th place with Gordy McEwen and Louis Scrivener doing a 6th place finish there. Dave MacArthur and Tony New in 7th. Nick and Wendy Plogue there in 8th. And Bryce Rickard and Callum Inez 9th place. And with Daryl there in 10th place. A great finish off to the sidecar race, and we're going to head down to Neil, who's got our podium down there. But full credit to Barry and Tracy. What a race for them, and big special mention to Carl Cox Motorsport for all the work they do, and our presentation naming rights sponsor for round 5 of NZSBK. And the great news that Jay Lawrence, one of the Carl Cox Motorsport riders, is going to be the factory Suzuki rider at the Isle of the Man with the Hawk Racing Suzuki. So absolutely brilliant news for Jay Lawrence, and very excited for that. So we'll cross down to Neil, who will have our podium.
Brad, and great to be down here and looking forward to the sidecar and again this opportunity, because we've seen ladies 1, 2 and 3, so looking forward to this. And here we are, a drink down here for the crew, probably much easier for them than they've found it in the past, so that was pretty special indeed. So nice to have. In fact, we'll have Barry and Tracy up here already, so we'll have a chat to them about getting here first. Yeah, look at this, 3rd place. Listen to that. Oh, look at him. He is just laid out over the tag. That was an amazing... Guys, you didn't realise the battle going on behind you was just... Oh, you were watching. Excuse me? You haven't got time to do that? Yeah, it was magnificent. Hey, Tracy, that news of the opportunity to go and ride in Holland and over there as well, around the time of the Isle of Man, all of this, the excitement for a young girl like you.
Young, thanks so much. Yeah, it's a pretty cool opportunity. Obviously, being involved with Carl Cox has put your profile out there a little bit more, and yeah, Estelle, who's one of the top riders in Europe, has wanted someone, and I happened to be there, so you'd be silly to turn it down, really. So great opportunity. But hey, look, honestly, thanks to Carl Cox and everything they do. Gav, Shuzi, Gary came on board this year with Barry and I, so we've been really lucky to have good support.
Great to see him. Well done, Barry. Starting to come together. For people that don't understand the F2 machine, just tell us a little bit about what is it in comparison. We know that you lose around 400cc, but you sort of gain a little bit with its adaptability and manoeuvrability.
Yeah, it's a lot more nimble through the infield than the F1 machines, but we have to try and gain that advantage. When we get out on that back straight, we get the advantage gets taken up pretty quick, so we've got to be on our toes, an inch perfect through the infield section.
Yeah, well done. So nice to catch up with. As well excuse me, can't count. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Oh, well done. Unfortunately, with the DNF for Dennis, Andy, we think you're in the lead for the points. We think you're in the lead at the moment. So, wow, there we go. So there's plenty of drama happening out of that one. But your race with Pete was exceptional. How are you feeling?
Well, I tell you what, mate, that was awesome. And thank you again for your commentary. Do a top job. that was a do-or-die effort, and I seriously didn't think we were going to make it to the end. So I thought my brakes were going to fade. I thought I was going to fade. I didn't think Tina was going to make it. I saw these guys blast off into the distance, and I thought all I could do is beat Pete to get as many points as I could. And we did that, and we tried. We went around the outside, up the inside, we tried everything, and we pulled it off. I'll tell you, that is probably the best race I've had. I'm so stoked. That was the most excitement we've had, and it was clean racing. So, yeah, no, that was really good. I'm stoked. Well done, Tina. You're awesome.
Yeah, here. Let's hear it for Tina. She doesn't want to get a look at that. Andy knows. Oh, Louise, lovely to see you up here. How many times did you ever wave to Tina? Because, man, you guys were chopping and changing the whole race.
Oh, there was quite a few times, and yes, Scrivy is right. She is awesome. That was fun racing. Good hard work out there. Yeah, sorry, I'm here on my own, but I think there's a few issues back there to deal with. But yeah, well done to Tracy and Barry and Scrivy and Tina. Well deserved.